All right.
Finally. Thank you.
How about that?
Thank you.
You did not have permission to go live, Tony. You did not have permission to go live like we always go live every Monday night, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, the Podguyz Podcast.
Who are you, Kevin?
You could say I'm Tony Kaz, but you fucked it up. That's all right. Just leave the dead air. Whatever.
I'm Tony Kaz, followed by
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso, the rain dancer, the fire dancer, Les Marquez.
Rain and fire dancer. It sounds like when there's just no weather out there at all. He's just standing and staring with nothing.
Guys, today we are joined by a four square. Yes, we do interview celebrities, minor, major, all of the in between. Of course, we have the very talented Kalani Acasio.
What's happening, everybody? My name is Kalani. Thank you for having me.
Look at, he's got his own microphone as well. He's
sexy.
on the streets. Where are you reporting from there, Kalani? What do you got going on back there behind you? It looks like it's daylight where you're at right now. Show us the background of where you're at. Could you move yourself so you can show the background real quick of where you're at for the moment?
Yeah, Karen, the sun is still
oh my
going
God.
down.
So it looks like for our viewing audience out there, Kalani Acasio has stopped time in Venice Beach because all the cars have been stopped. The leaves are not blowing at all. God damn, Kalani, how is traffic down there?
Traffic is hectic, man. You gotta pay. You gotta pay as you go. You know, make sure you have your driver's license. I think tonight they're gonna have a roadblock. So make sure you drive. If you're gonna drink and you're gonna drive, just don't do it. Not tonight. Especially
Not
on this
tonight.
Not tonight.
I like how you're calling that like a forecast of when you should drink and drive. Like on a Monday, you're gonna want to drink and drive. On a Tuesday, it's a kind of way. Close down for the weekend, guys. Stay indoors because that's how
you got it.
That's how we do it in Pennsylvania. Kalani is new to Pennsylvania. He is one of the people that came over from Hawaii in the Timmy Mattos train right there. So Kalani, how are you adjusting to life in Pennsylvania? Has the depression seeped into your skin yet or no?
No, over here is very blessed. You guys are very fortunate to live such a really easier life. I can't complain at all. It's really easier here. Very easy.
Very easy life right
So
there.
what makes things easy is my question. You know, when people see the crippling alcoholic depression, that is Northeast Pennsylvania.
Isn't that self-inflicted or self-privileged?
Well, actually, I would argue that it would be a part of epigenetics. The reason that doesn't happen in Hawaii is because you have a beach, you have beautiful women, sunshine, all that nice stuff going on. Everywhere you look is a living, breathing paradise. In here, you have potholes where you can live inside of them. And
actually, I find it very interesting because you can actually build swimming pools in your guys' potholes here. That's what I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's always a fun time.
Hospital pools, man. Yeah, that's one thing. Like Hawaii in here, we both have potholes, but not as big as here. But I guess we got the better pot though.
Hawaii is known for their volcanoes, marijuana, surfboards, beautiful women, stereotypes of other sorts. You name it, we'll go down the list of the whole idea. Kalani, what is your least favorite stereotype that Hawaiians are always deemed with?
I don't know. I think I only can speak for myself, but
yeah, that was a question for you. So yes, speak for yourself. What is your least favorite stereotype for Hawaiians?
I can't say. All I can think is I didn't know racism exists because we tease everybody, or we don't hold. You know, over here is real. You can kind of feel that black.
Well, do you know what my least favorite stereotype is then? That everybody from Hawaii looks like that little guy from Fantasy Island. You know, isn't that just a horrible stereotype that isn't true at all?
Fantasy Island. Don't know it.
You don't know Fantasy Island? Anyways, there's this little midget-looking guy from Fantasy Island. I think his name is Taco. Tony, help me out on this one. What's his name?
I don't remember his name.
You know. What is it, Sparky?
Tattoo.
Tattoo. Yeah. Tattoo from Fantasy Island. That is my least favorite stereotype because Hawaiians don't look like Tattoo from Fantasy Island.
What year is that?
The 70s, 80s.
Talking about a show in the 70s. Yeah. They actually remade it
yet.
several times. So it's actually the
Good job,
70s,
Kevin.
the 90s, and the early
Kevin.
2000s. They remade
I
it.
wasn't there yet,
twice
but
over.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I wasn't there yet.
No, I wasn't either. So we got to see the remakes in the 90s and then the early 2000s. So
Yeah, I can't speak of that. Hawaii, I love Hawaii. Hawaii is always my home, but we gotta move forward. We're moving forward. Doing it for the Rock. That's about it. Not Dwayne the Rock, but doing it for the island. Moving forward.
Nice. See, that's one reason to do stuff for the island right there. But we have had some pretty unfortunate news all around the in memoriam of the podcast. We're looking more like the obituary section every day because unfortunately cool celebrities are just passing away. And we're just, every time a cool celebrity passes away, we're just playing some Keith Richards to them because guess who's still alive? Keith Richards. So Jim Brown passes away at the age of 87. You saw that big man, Jim Brown, 87 years old. And now Star Wars and Thor actor Ray Stevenson died at 58, which was very surprising. I'm trying to place Ray Stevenson in the Star Wars saga. Was he the pilot, Tony, or no?
I don't know what he actually played in Star Wars.
Yeah. You're familiar with the actor, though, right?
I know the actor, yeah, but I
Yeah.
just don't remember what he actually played.
Jim Brown, hell of a football player, running back for the Cleveland Browns. It's not like they named the team after him or anything like that, but still, 87 years old is a hell of a run. No pun intended right there.
That's true.
Yep. So, Kalani, back to yourself there, my man. You've done promotional events before in the for the MMA type of arenas in Hawaii. Tell us a little bit about that, if you can elaborate on what I'm just trying to poke around at.
Yeah, so I guess I've been doing events my whole 20s. I did MMA shows, XMA shows, kickboxing shows, from printing the flyers, poster, banners, setting up matchmaking, making sure all the coaches got what they need to keep their date, scheduling their dates. Because I guess it all worked out for me. I had a t-shirt shop. I had my own sound systems, and all I needed was the venue. So I was able to dabble in, everything. I don't know.
What kind of cool celebrities did you happen to meet?
All I did.
What kind of cool celebrities did you meet?
I met. No, we didn't. We don't really do that.
You didn't meet anybody.
No, we didn't really do
Excellent.
that. Yeah, because
Excellent.
Hawaii, we is our own people. We is our own people. There's actually a few. Majority of the island, believe it or not, believes that they are, or we are, our own entity. And
So you're in Pennsylvania now. Is this the most amount of white people you've seen?
I didn't know this is where they make them. Now I know. This is where
they
they
got
make
a
them.
factory down the road full of them, you know.
Yeah, they're made here. Now I know. I was always wondering, I was like, oh dang. Not only the snow is white here, but the people are pretty happy too.
Yeah, we we are certainly, it's kind of weird because you keep referring to Hawaiians as their own people. I can't talk like that looking the shade of white because it always feels racially non-inclusive. If you catch my drift on that one,
Say that in another way. Say that in another way.
Racially non-inclusive was probably the best way to say it.
The way best way.
Yeah. Because it's not racist against other cultures because it doesn't involve hate for other cultures, but it involves a non-inclusive behavior, which it includes like exclusivity towards the idea. So, Kalani, you're a married man, am I right?
Married to no one.
You're gonna. Ooh, ladies, Kalani is on the market now. Kalani, are you looking for a Hawaiian girl, a black girl, a white girl, a Mexican girl, or does race not matter to you when it comes to the ladies?
Nah, it doesn't matter. I think
anything
Kalani
that comes from that tree, right? Just shake the tree, see what falls off it, right?
I guess so. But Kalani wasn't looking for an American because Kalani's seen a lot of men and women, go through hard times, and that's spooky. That's some spooky stuff.
So how is the romance life going for you? Has any woman out here or man, we're not, has anybody tried to like scoop you up off your feet and say, that's my guy right there? Anybody do that yet or no?
Well, back in Hawaii, I'm like a 5. Over here, practically, I guess I'm a 2 because they all seem to look down at me. So, it is what it is.
Hey, Kalani, don't get down on yourself, man. Look, sometimes you just gotta fluff your shirt. You gotta look really good for the ladies, and then you look up at them and you're like, "Hi, I'm Kalani."
No. Lay down.
I try not to give. Listen, don't take Tony's advice. The last person he gave advice to turned out to be fucking Ted Bundy.
Actually, it was Sparky, and he's still single. So,
Tony, you said he had to fluff up his shirt. He just needs a different kind of shirt to pick up the girls, like the one I'm wearing from merchbooth.com.
That's right.
Oh my
God.
You
go.
No, we were wondering when that shameless plug was going to come in, and
there it
is. Right there on minute 15, the shameless plug for merchbooth.com's Podguyz Podcast gear. You can find it on the under the podcast liner and merchbooth.com. Buy a shirt. I think they're like $30. If you buy a hoodie, they're like $50. You're helping Tony send his kids to a community college. Not even a good college, just a community college. So we're not making crazy buku bucks off of this, but if we were, are you going to hate us? Are you going to hate us now over that? Don't be a hater.
No haters.
Right.
No haters. So Kalani, it's up to you, buddy. Do you want to get into some of our fantastic subjects we're about to talk about or no?
Sure, go for it.
Beautiful. Tony, and we were talking about this earlier. So while it's fresh on the mind and on the dome real quick, we have to address that show you were talking about. What is it called? Echo? Yeah,
Echo.
I remember there was like a really bad Sega video game called Echo. You played a dolphin that had no purpose, Yes. It's so fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I guess Kevin Feige reportedly thought Echo was unreleasable before reshoots. Disney recently announced the release date for its upcoming Disney Plus series Echo, and according to a recent report, the series was seen as unreleasable for some time prior to reshoots by Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige. Feige? Is it Feige or Feige? Feige. Not that there's anything wrong with Feige,
No, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. No.
All inclusive.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, in the latest episode of the Hot Mic podcast, Above the Lines, Jeff Snyder notes that sources close to him spoke about the many issues that Echo faced. According to Snyder, the series was plagued by issues during its production, with Marvel Studios boss Feige not happy with things at all. Well, that's a pretty general statement. Like, what are you not happy with? At all. You got to be crazy. Now, who is Echo, Tony? Do you have a backstory on that?
There is a backstory on Echo. Echo is the daughter, actually not even daughter of Kingpin, but adopted daughter of Kingpin.
Okay, so Kingpin is from Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man, yep.
Okay, so Spider-Man's evil nemesis, Kingpin, has a
daughter.
Daughterish?
Adopted.
Adopted daughter.
Yes. Echo.
Okay. And does it have anything to do with bow and arrow, dude?
So she actually came out of the bow and arrow dude Hawkeye, that whole series. So she was actually the antithesis of the movie, and she played the main bad guy, which actually turned not bad guy in the very end of the Hawkeye series.
Oh my God. This is okay. And they decided that we need to dedicate a whole show to her.
A C-rated show stopper.
Yo, this is like, hey guys, let's grab the fourth string off the bench here. Throw Echo, the character, in here. Look at this. Look at Sparky's got it right here. Spider-Man to Kingpin to Daredevil. Echo deaf. Hawkeye. Is Echo deaf?
Echo's deaf.
Get the fuck out of here. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Never mind. Listen.
But Daredevil's blind. Daredevil's blind. Echo's deaf.
Dude, this is what you do, all right? As soon as you kidnap Echo, because she's probably going to be one of those kidnapped scenarios, right? Yep. You fucking rip off her eyelids and cut off her hands. So that way she has no form of communication at all. Wow. You know? Wow. I'm just saying.
You're going dark.
I'm going DC dark on this one. You know, right. we're going. Listen, no, it's just why would you name her Echo?
Because she does all of her fighting through echolocation.
Oh, fuck you, man. That's so bad. You know,
Daredevil uses bat radar. Echo uses.
Thank you, Sparky. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Because no dude. God, no. This is sickening. This isn't even a good superhero. Like, I could beat the shit out of somebody who's deaf. Okay.
So let's take it this way, Kevin. Nobody had the interest in her when she was in the Hawkeye series, let alone when she has a standalone series, much like Agatha Harkness.
Boy, they were really reaching, man. That is a really big reach to try to create a unique character, no matter. And let me guess, since it's Disney writing a female character, I bet you she doesn't have a fucking flaw. I bet you there's no flaws about her. No, nothing. There's not a, and you can't even play music to her theme because you know that and if they do, that's messed up. They do, don't they? Do they montage and music that whole thing up?
Of course they do.
Motherfuckers. Well, she can't hear that music. Only the audience can. Oh God.
No, they try to get exclusivity and they tried to make sure that it's a woman power play. Because they're trying to push more on the Disney spectrum as far as
children one day. Now, when we were kids, we used to put on a cape, right? And say, oh, I'm Superman, and jump off the couch and pretend to fly there for a moment in the air. We'd hit the ground and we knew we weren't Superman, right? Or we'd put on a mask and kind of know that Batman doesn't do that, run around outside and stuff and swing from the tree with some rope, right? So what if a child says to themselves, oh, I'm going to be just like Echo, and stabs themselves in the ears until they're fucking deaf in both ears, and then they realize that there's no going back? Tony, your reaction should be, that would be terrible, Kevin. What the fuck? Why would that happen?
I'm just stunned. I'm stunned at it.
Look at that. Daredevil equals Echo, Hawkeye equals Kate Bishop. Look at Sparky, you are on this shit right here. There we go. Finally, we got, okay, so Tony, from left to right, we got from left to right, we got the disables, we got blind and deaf right over there. And I'm not talking Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor here, No See No Evil, the movie, very underrated. Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. So Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are practically the same character. Only thing is gender differential. And Hulk and She-Hulk, scientist and lawyer, both hit by the same fucking green gamma ray. Am I right, Sparky? Is that what you were getting at?
Actually, Hulk and She-Hulk is cousins.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would Bruce dude, why? How did he
because
say,
she tried to save his life and got the gamma blood when she tried giving blood to him.
Oh God. Okay. And somehow he had a much more interesting story because he traveled and didn't do twerking stuff in her. Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're right.
But then it goes all full circle then back to Hawkeye, because She-Hulk in the later episodes starts dating Hawkeye. If you saw the later episode of
That's
She-Hulk.
true.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for sure. You know what? They should just make a Helen Keller character.
No. That was Daredevil, buddy. Daredevil.
I mean, Daredevil. Yeah. She started dating Daredevil, but it's still full circle. Though.
Well, she did the nasty.
She
did the nasty with Daredevil.
It's full circle. It's like Hulk, She-Hulk, back to Daredevil, to Echo, back to.
Yeah, but it's such a minor character to just play.
It's really a D-list character.
Oh my God.
D-list character. Yeah.
You know what it is? It feels like that old movie with I forget the name of the movie right offhand, but remember it had all those little shitty superheroes that couldn't get on anybody's team. Keenan and Kel. The Keenan from Keenan and Kel was in the damn thing. He had blonde hair in the movie. I know, right? Shout it out if you know. Mystery Men. Yeah. So basically, Marvel has somehow, or Disney has somehow dug so deep to the point where they're on Mystery Men level, and that's
so
terrible.
now because of the mess that Disney is in, they've actually fired quite a few people from the whole Marvel standpoint. Willow was a simpler show. Please bring it back. No, it needs to go. That was a horrible show.
Now, hold on. Now, what was Willow really about? Was that about that little guy? That little midget?
It was the little midget guy who was a wizard.
Okay. Yeah.
And the girl that he was trying to save was a magic holding baby that eventually will save the world.
Yeah, so
story, huh?
They made a show when she's older now, and they went and found him again, and then Disney pulled it from streaming services to save money.
So they got the same actor to play. So did they get the same actor to play Willow?
Yes.
Okay, well, so that's consistency right there. See, Disney is not,
but he's the only one.
I mean, yeah, that's really the only one you kind of need.
Well, you need it.
Yeah, like Terminator.
But they made it woke.
How woke did they go?
Oh, we're talking Disney woke.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
the main princess in the show, lesbian.
That's not that woke.
Kissing actually in the series itself.
Girl on girl.
Girl on girl.
Now, with that kind of whole Renaissance background thing, that can turn porno real quick. I've seen it happen before where you're like, never mind, I'm watching a porn.
Yep. So they make
Kalani, have you ever seen Willow or no? No?
No, sir. No Willow.
No Willow. He has never seen Willow.
Are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan, or do you like comic book movies?
I'm following the DC CW universe.
Okay.
So far as Marvel, I follow the 616. I think people.
Your level of nerdiness is pretty good right now.
I think Kevin don't like change. Seems that he don't want change. He don't like give the D people an opportunity. Did the D happen to be a problem for you in the past or something?
No, I think that it's just a terrible.
You, Kevin? Did they touch your naughty zone?
I hate the concept. See, I had an open mind with Echo until Tony explained what the story was. Did you hear me ask the question? So what is Echo about? See how my open mind was? And then once he started describing it, I'm thinking to myself, not only does it not sound like a superhero we're used to, but it doesn't even sound like an effective superhero. See, Daredevil said, I don't need my sight. I'll use my ears, and those will be my sight. And they really focused in on a whole movie for that idea. Now, she just needs her eyes, and she's walking around,
Kevin,
not
she has no
anything.
Superpowers.
Oh, she has no superpowers. Great.
Zero.
So she does what? It's like giving me an action figure that's arms don't move and legs don't move. It's a standalone. It's a broken toy.
She's the deaf version of Daredevil.
Daredevil
doesn't have superpowers, but he has more enhanced vision without vision.
Who do you like?
He has more advanced hearing without hearing.
Who would you want to see? Mr. Kevin, who would you want to see?
I tell you what, I could totally take a solo movie of Sabretooth. I could take that all day. from the X-Men series, Sabretooth. So I could take that all day. He had a great comic series solo by himself, and then he comes into Wolverine, which is great. He's not much of a he's not. I would put him on like the B to C lister or whatever the hell as far as subplots go. Cable's another one that doesn't get enough from Marvel. He doesn't get enough credit, and that whole area of time travel that doesn't get enough because I think Marvel in that exact area of X-Men really nailed a note right there that should have been
Forge Bishop.
Bingo.
Cable, Forge, and Bishop. All
Exactly.
those characters in general.
What I'm getting or understanding is that Disney got it wrong, and Marvel got it wrong when they hired Kevin Feige. It should have been Kevin Neary, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot.
I agree.
You know what? I didn't put my application in, so that's my fault. But see, Disney wants to stay to the way they want to sell movies anymore, and the way they want to push out streaming shows is they want to make it as inclusive as possible. They want to make it kind of different, but then they stick to the same old safe format as before. For example, Tony, I saw this movie. It was called Air, the new one with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. Are you familiar or no?
I am.
Okay, so I'm familiar with the Sonny Vaccaro story. A little bald Italian guy is now played by a fully haired Matt Damon who doesn't look anything like him, right? I can ignore that as a viewer, okay? I can ignore that 100%. It wasn't really as much as a movie as it was a short amount of dialogue followed up by music and a montage 10 times over. I had the count at 10, dude. I had it at 10. Driving scene, talking on the phone scene also took up a little bit of runtime. And basketball montage. Just in case you were getting out of it, a familiar song along the way. So it's not like they really made a movie as much as they just pieced together familiar songs and images from that time period, mushed it together, and then threw the whole Michael Jordan thing in there, which whatever, it was about, I would say it was about 16 minutes of actual movie dialogue, but a lot of it was just foreshadowing on top. It was bad, dude. It was lazy. It was just lazy. I was really angry about the laziness. The 30 for 30 documentary of Soul Man was done so much better.
It was something that I was anticipating too. Like it looked like not a bad trailer.
Well, no, exactly. So if I don't know a damn thing about anything, right, and I am a carefree person, your average Joe, I'm going to enjoy that movie because it's going to make sure I don't have to pay attention to it. And I can just sit back and then, really just enjoy a song here and there. So do you remember the movie Warm Bodies? It's a zombie movie.
Yes.
Same formula, Sparky, okay? Same formula. A little bit of dialogue, a little bit of inner monologue, and then a little bit of narration followed by familiar song. Guns N' Roses, Patience. Yeah, exactly. And that does not constitute a movie. And after that, I tried watching another movie that I'm like just trying to remind myself that good movies do exist. So I watched A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe in it. So that movie's first half portrays and pretends to be a really great movie, and it catches you until you realize the whole second half of the movie is just Russell Crowe going, breathing heavy and banging against the goddamn wall.
You must be a really good person to go to the movies with, huh?
Don't go to the movies. There's nothing out there, Kalani. Tell me what's out in the theater right now. I can't listen. We got everything. That's why the movie theaters end up closing down. No one wants to go out. They'd rather stay in and waste their time instead of wasting their gas and their time.
Or just watch a movie. You must be there and dissecting it all, and you must be a real treat to be in the same room and watching the entertainment.
So my favorite movie that was the most recent movie out there got an Oscar, and it totally deserved it. Anthony Hopkins in the movie The Father. outstanding. The editing process was simply flawless. I give it 9.5 out of 10 stars. This is something for everybody everyone should see it. Anthony Hopkins is surrounding himself with actors that he has familiar chemistry with from the old onstage play days in England. The father deserved every accolade as possible. Okay, so just so you know, I have a standard, and if you're not getting at least 5 stars out of 10 for me, if you're average, whatever. But if you're not, then it's just I'm gonna let you know about it, because I'm not just gonna like sit back and let stuff go. Tony knows that.
That's fair. No, and I actually agree with Kevin. Believe it or not, like there needs to be a standard. There needs to be a standard of writing. There needs to be a standard of acting. There needs to be a standard of bringing the story to life, and bringing your emotions into the story. Like I just watched the show on Netflix, A Man Named Otto with Tom Hanks, and I cried like a simp.
Now the previews for A Man Named Otto look just terrible.
But yeah. Horrible, not necessarily horrible trailer, but like the follow through with it was bad.
Because listen,
the storyline.
My first casting idea for a guy like that would be like, and he's passed away, so you can't really cast him, would be like a Walter Matthau, right? If you put him in Tom Hanks's Otto character.
Oh,
because he's already got that grumpy fucking look to him, and he looks like he was born that way. Like he came out of his mother's vagina looking like he just like ate her dirty pussy, and he's just like, Meh.
But my thing is that Tom Hanks doesn't always have a hit. So like even recently when he played Geppetto in Pinocchio, wasn't the role for him. Like it really wasn't, but I feel like Disney really,
especially when his name was especially when his name was brought up on the Epstein plane, and now he's with a young boy who wants to be a puppet boy that wants to be turned to light. Just dicey territory all around.
Yeah,
actually, it wasn't Tom Hanks at the time. The pilot's name was Tom Hanks, and it was not the actual actor. So just a clarification there, it was not the actual actor.
You're not going to besmirch his name.
That guy.
What's that?
What an accomplishment that guy.
Yeah, well, there's some bad movies by Tom Hanks, but we went over a little bit of Kevin Costner's work, where his whole wheelhouse is either baseball or fucking playing a cowboy. It's his whole thing. You're either baseball or a cowboy. But the movie Terminal, it should tell Tom Hanks to never try to do a Russian accent. Holy God. I think
you may be like looking too deep in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
when you analyze something, you never want to look too deep into something, right? Yeah. Well, we're just analyzing a movie.
Yeah.
So how dare we go in with low expectations
for
and
people that really enjoy a deep dive? I mean, I was gonna say that the movie was good and then leave it at that. And
what I'm gonna continue in with, Kevin?
Go for it.
And you may be saying to yourself, movie related. The Cannes Film Festival actually had several standing ovations for each of its particular movies in this the past couple days.
Yeah.
And The Idol actually scandalizes Cannes with a 5-minute standing ovation for Lily Rose's Depp's face, Masturbation with Ice Cubes.
Now Lily Rose Depp, isn't that Johnny Depp's daughter?
It is.
Okay, so Lily Rose Depp.
Yeah.
And what was she doing?
Apparently, Masturbation with Ice Cubes, a nightclub owning scam artist, and vile Hollywood sycophants populated the first 2 episodes of Sam Levinson's The Idol. And people gave it a 5-minute standing ovation.
Well, I mean, it is Hollywood. Aren't they supposed to be sick perverts out there that like to portray any crime as art?
What they do.
I don't know. Good point.
It's what they do.
Yeah, I see it right here. This so The Weeknd, the rapper's name is The Weeknd, or pop star's name is The Weeknd. You're familiar with The Weeknd, Kalani, or no?
Yeah. Weeknd. Got it.
Yeah, not just Saturday and Sunday.
Not just yesterday and the day before.
Or the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, he has his own unique sound. That guy.
He does. He does
Yeah.
have something very much like the
Unique
Hawaiian
sound.
sensation, Bruno Mars.
Yes.
He
One of
kind
ours.
of, yeah, he kind of is the next evolution of Bruno Mars. So
I
the
think-
Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp shut down the show, the Price of Fame, and plenty of raunchy intrigue at the Cannes premiere of The Idol on Monday, making direct parallels to superstar meltdowns like one suffered by Britney Spears. The HBO series, which is the first TV show to officially debut at Cannes, finally revealed itself at a packed gala screening. Revenge porn photos of bodily fluids on Depp's face, masturbation with ice cubes, nightclub owning scams, artists, and vile Hollywood siphonites populated the first 2 episodes of the already controversial series. So,
Sycophants, buddy. Sycophants.
Sycophants. I apologize.
That's
So
right.
now the cum in the face that is soon to be revealed as Martha Stewart's deep aging secret right there. She has been taking the cum of Snoop Dogg and applying it to her face to get the wrinkles away. They have one out there for the teen kids now. It's called the R. Kelly cream. For the teen girls, they just put that on the face and then they'll look like they should be in a deposition, brought to you by you. The brainchild of Euphoria creator Sam Levinson and The Weeknd. The series puts poor Depp through her paces as a pop phenom, coming off a psychotic break after the death of her mother. A pack of blood-sucking handlers and desperate to get a new album tour off the ground. While blowing off steam at a steady Hollywood dance spot, she encounters a puppeteer and a shoulder to grind on, blah, blah, blah. It's there's a lot of stuff going on. I haven't seen The Idol yet. I'm intrigued though by all of the imagery that is now being explained in this article on in Variety magazine. This is from, but yeah, it's standing ovation. You know what? I wouldn't. It kind of feels weird if you get a group of people together and you're showing them porn, and they're like, "Do we rise?"
They're like,
"Do we rise? Everybody, rise and show you don't have a boner, huh? Everybody, so that way we don't look gross." So that
everybody do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, rise.
Must be time to homeschool all them kids now.
That's true.
Yeah, start homeschooling all the kids now, and that's just if that's not getting canceled, oh, it's interesting. I'm just a spectator at life. Whatever it happens. What's that say? It's dark.
it's
Sparky, what do you got,
backboard of
brother?
a chalkboard. Yeah.
Oh, wrong way. Oh,
It says, "Okay, Martha, dump the bucket."
So now we're not really suggesting what might be in that bucket right there, but yeah,
It looks like milk.
bucket of chum.
Sparky
It
the
looks like
artist.
milk.
Sparky the artist and t-shirt seller. Phenomenal.
Hey, you know who's trying to get canceled?
Who's that?
Robert De Niro.
Wait, what's going on? He's about to get canceled? What?
Well, he's not trying to get canceled, but people are trying to cancel him because he's welcoming a new child with his wife.
He's got baby number 7 on the way, right?
He's got baby number 7 on the way. She is officially 65, 66.
Jesus Lord. Is that
Wow, that's pretty healthy.
is that kid gonna come out like Benjamin Buttons or something?
Gia Virginia Chen De Niro is welcoming welcoming their 7th child. Tiffany Chen is officially oh my god, damn it, how old is she?
So when the kids turn 10, do they already start like planning their parents' funeral? Because that's grim as fuck, man. You know, like your parents are super old. Kalani, how old are your parents compared to yourself? Or they're a younger parent, right?
They are 56.
Oh God. So that's normal age that they had you around, right? But
Sure.
if they were okay, so if these kids were, oh my God. So when they're me and Kalani are like the same age, right?
Yeah.
30 years, dude, Robert De Niro is going to be in his 100s.
Living the dream,
if not
man.
already in the
Living
grave.
dream.
Jesus Lord. So, oh God. I thought you were going to bring up another wonderful story that we shared on the Podguyz Podcast page on Facebook.com there. The laughable threats. Tony puts down laughable threats when recalling and sharing Will Wheaton's encounter right there. Well, Will Wheaton's status reads a little something like this. For people that don't or aren't familiar with Will Wheaton, he played on the Star Trek The Next Generation.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton?
Wheaton.
Will Wheaton has got a long one right here, but we're going to try to get through it and edit as much of it as possible that is significant to the actual story. He says, hey, isn't this neat? The National Enquirer asked me to comment on the story they're running, claiming I publicly threatened Ken Jennings. Nerd fight!
Now, those who don't know who Ken Jennings is the main talk show host for Jeopardy right now.
That's kind of weird, though. Why do they have two hosts now? What's going on with that?
I don't know. Right now, they got one right now because what's her name walked out because of the writer's strike.
Miela Bialik, whatever her name is.
Blossom.
Yeah, Blossom.
No. Penny from Amy from the Big Bang Theory. Let's just call her that. It's
Blossom.
That name. Is it Blossom?
Yeah.
I thought Blossom.
Yeah, Mayim Bialik.
I got to try this one more time.
Blossom?
Blossom?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you know what? Something about her just is irritating. You know, I just I can't take her, you know. I don't mind Ken Jennings. Here's a better idea. Cancel the show. Give me a different game show, maybe no game show. Maybe no game show. Could we maybe do no game show? Alex Trebek owned that show so hard that
from start to finish.
Yeah, that when it started with him, it should have finished with him, in my opinion. But that's
100%.
just like same thing with Wheel of Fortune. I get it. You can have people guess letters, but guys, if the show's been on for over 30 years, it's done. It's very much done. It's 5 times overdone.
It has quite run its course.
Absolutely. You can find something else to fill in the time with besides somebody guessing puzzles with letters or saying whammy, no whammy, or Jeopardy asking just plain old questions. So here, I guess Will Wheaton is being coerced into a fight with Ken Jennings because the National Enquirer thinks that it's funny to have nerds fight each other. To whom it may concern, he writes, Tony, to whom it may concern. And I love when somebody starts off their fucking letter like that because they always sound like the pompous jackass. To whom it may concern.
Love it.
The National Enquirer is preparing to publish a story reporting Will Wheaton has publicly threatened Jeopardy host Ken Jennings for crossing the writer's picket line. The story quotes Mr. Wheaton's Facebook message, which started, "This is a very small town, Ken Jennings, and we will all remember this." It also points out that Mr. Wheaton is close friends with Mr. Jennings' competition for permanent hosting duties of Jeopardy, Mayim Bialik, a.k.a. Blossom. Here it is my entire response in the cough, unlikely event, cough. They edit it for space or some such.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Now let me just tell you this: that Will Wheaton is the dude's very brilliant. He's super smart. fantastic actor, blah 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 blah. He does a couple things in his days. So continue on.
His full unedited response says, your clumsy efforts to misrepresent me, to mislead your readers, to distract from the issues underlining the strike have not gone unnoticed. But since you asked, let me be clear. I didn't threaten anybody. That's
anybody. Nobody.
Laughable. I've been threatened. It sounds like be careful on your way home tonight. It doesn't sound like I will remember that you betrayed us when it was convenient. And other people will too.
Right. End quote.
End quote. I support organized labor without exception and will never cross a picket line. I stood and stand with my fellow union members. Hollywood is a notoriously dishonest industry that runs on relationships and trust. We tell stories and make stuff up for a living. Need to know who we can trust and who we can't, who stands with us and who will sell us out. Not a threat, it's a fact. You would do well to inform your readers that regulatory capture, the monopolization of entertainment companies, and the incomprehensible greed of a handful of billionaires threaten my entire industry and countless people I love. WGA, SAG-AFTRA members are fighting for our careers, our families, our health care, and the future of our industry. The billionaires across the table are fighting for bigger yachts. I'm deeply disappointed with Ken. I think he's a great host and obviously sensational player. And the couple times I've met him, I've enjoyed our conversations. The fact is, he has an enormously high profile and his choices affect the writers of his show and the entire WGA in a meaningful way that people pay attention to. He is certainly more influential and can have more of a direct impact than me. I hope he would use that privilege to put the needs of the many ahead of the greed of the few. He didn't. That sounds straight out of Spider-Man, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't. And speaking only for myself, I will remember that this isn't a threat. It's keeping a promise to my fellow workers and honoring the sacrifices of all who came and fought before us. Tony, what the fuck have the writers written original in the last 25 fucking years? Fuck you. You got to be out of your goddamn mind. I can replace, you know who undercuts writers? Other writers. Here's something you do if you're Hollywood, and it's really easy.
AI.
This is what you do. Not even, we'll get to that. Say, hey, everybody, who thinks that they're a writer? 40 million people stand up. They say, I think I'm a writer, right? 40 million of them. They say, okay. So who wants to do it all for $1? 20 million sit down. 20 million are still. They say, okay, who wants to do it for 99 cents? Bam! 19 million are still standing. Who wants to do it for 98 cents? And so on and so forth. Until you get down to a nickel, a fucking nickel a word written. 1 nickel a word. And there's still 10 million to choose from. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. The leverage is always on the side of the production company that can replace you with a chat GBT in just a moment's notice. And no one will notice because you're told to just put your name down for union purposes. So that way, this whole Hollywood industry looks like it's a legit corporation rather than just some brainwashing.
Dead
Product placement, corporate scum machine that it actually is and always will be, because that's what we always wanted it to be. It is a reflection of ourselves, and Sparky has a picture while Tony points at myself right there as like one of those like weird reaction Facebook things.
No, this is actually the right over to Sparky for his show merch.
Yeah, so you got, okay, Dad, tag, you're it. I tagged Ken. What the fuck, Sparky? What's going on in all that picture right there? I'm lost.
Robert De Niro and his kid are playing tag, and Will Wheaton decided to tag Ken first.
Got it. I'm guessing Robert De Niro is the guy with the crawler, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
okay. There we go.
Jesus Christ! You know, it took a little bit of time for light to hit Earth on that one there. So, like, you know, Sparky, if Robert De Niro just had a Podguyz Podcast T-shirt, he wouldn't need that walker now, would he?
He would be healed.
He would be healed. He would be totally healed because the Podguyz Podcast T-shirt that can be found at merchbooth.com for just barely any money will guaranteed create a miracle in your life. Can't walk anymore, having trouble, just rub that T-shirt in a little bit of water and onto your wound area, and you will be up walking in no time at all. Sure. Tony, I was just in my car that looks a lot like your car last week, and thank God I had my Podguyz Podcast T-shirt on me because there was an intruder in the back ready to do God knows what obscenities to myself, my body, and whatever. You know how these intruders are.
He was going to rape your mind.
Maybe he was going to rape my mind. I have no idea. But he was crawling up with his arm, and I had the shirt. I threw it backwards at myself. You can find that new short video on YouTube there. I had my car camera on, of course, to capture every moment in a recreation of that video. And, you know, he went down very quickly. The cops now have him in jail. And you know what? He is 100% reformed because he's 100% reformed. They reformed him.
You know how he reformed?
How did he reform, Tony?
He bought a Podguyz Podcast T-shirt.
Damn right he did. And now he is a very useful citizen in all of America, all of the world. You know, it's crazy. Just one T-shirt a day, less than a cup of coffee an hour. You know, it's pretty good.
He actually shimmed himself out of the shirt, a lock.
So, Kalani, what's your take on these writers and the strike and all that nice stuff?
Well, I think you probably kill it at the book club, don't you?
Oh, you mean
book
Bible
club?
Study? Because I don't know if anybody reads books anymore. They got ebooks right now, man. They don't go to a book club.
No, like you're very expressive and you're very good at reading the books and stuff. You was reading your notes, yeah, so it's pretty cool.
No, I'm just reading it off a phone right here. This is my little cheat sheet right
You
there.
guys, I think you guys would do very well, like directing your own thing in Hollywood. You guys got good scripts. You guys have good content. You should go and knock on the door and get, hey, gatekeepers, open up. I got something for you.
Kalani's hating on us right now.
I think he's hating on us. He's basically saying, hey there, Podguyz, you wouldn't do such a good job yourself. Why don't you try?
I said you guys do good. Like you guys should do you guys own in the Hollywood space. I can hear
We should.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, we do have an infomercial we do every now and then, and you can check it out on the Podguyz Podcast Facebook page. It doesn't have as many views as a Hollywood movie would have, but it does show as many life-saving techniques as possible that you can do with the Podguyz Podcast gear, and we bring it right to you as factual as possible, as real life as it can get right there. But yeah. So Tony, what do you think about the writer's strike more specifically?
I think that the writer's strike, in all honesty, to even back up Kalani, you know what? There's a lot of things that are wrong with Hollywood, things that are right with Hollywood. Unfortunately, I think that you are also correct, Kevin, in saying that the cost of production companies that are really milking everything for the penny, really, does the writer make nickels on the whole back end?
Yeah, they're not,
and it's true, 100%.
So the production company isn't trying to screw the writers over. What they're doing is they are allowing the writers to screw each other over by subcontracting different scripts out, by not having everybody back into the same writer room, and knowing that they can already dictate a formula to sitcom science as the way that it comes, where you have such very popular shows like The Big Bang Theory when it was on TV, right? New episodes were coming out, where you would have just like a
Will Wheaton actually wrote for.
Yes, that Will Wheaton also wrote for. where you have a little bit of rhythmic timing there. We have man A enters room, but da 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 da, says something to man B, but da 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 da. In entered Sheldon, but da 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 da, and then but da 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 da, and then back to laugh track, but da 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 da, because Sheldon is confused by things that a normal guy might not be confused by. And
sure,
that
so there's
joke
a lot
was,
of rinse, wash, repeat through the whole cathartic Hollywood script writing process from A to B to C to D. And there's a lot of shows that actually have that same platform, that same process from A to B to C to D.
So it's not like they're really creating something new. They're just recycling old products over and over again.
Correct.
This is where production companies say to themselves, you think we need you? You're out of your mind. You know, we could probably find any schmo off the street to kind of do this. In fact, with the renaissance of fucking reality TV show, all you need is Honey Boo Boo goes Honey Boo Boo, throw her on the Surreal Life if they want to bring that bullshit back, or just follow her around with a camera and see how her dating life goes now that she finally graduated high school. She's off to the prom. And by the way, Honey Boo Boo came out exactly how everyone knew that she would. She ain't that smart. She's a little overweight. She still says some stupid shit every now and then. And the only thing is, she's a little bit more grown up over the idea. I don't know if the camera being there or not being there really made much of a negative or positive.
Yeah, nothing enhances that whole situation.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh man, she would have been something if not for those cameras. I'm not really leaning that way. I'm leaning that would have came out, but a little bit more poor financially. Did you see her prom or no?
I didn't even pay attention.
Imagine what the opposite of
it's
LeBron
like looking
James
at the Island Boys, or looking at like JoJo Siwa. It's like, any of those particular characters who have reached some sort of atonement in their life and then fell off the map completely.
Mark Tooman. Who's Mark Tooman there?
Oh, that's my buddy Gator.
All right, Jabbar Brown. Big shout out to Jabbar Brown. Love you too there, man. He says, love it, love it. I don't know what minute that was or if he's still watching. We got many watchers out there, but I check in every now and then over the whole thing right there. Tony, what else is on the ye old agenda there, my man?
I think actually we might be over our time, believe it or not. I know. So Kalani, we're actually going to give you the red carpet, sir. If people were going to get in touch with you for any reason, how would they get a hold of you? I know that you've been doing some comedy shows and stuff like that through Northeast Pennsylvania. Do you have anything coming up soon that you would like to plug a little bit?
I'm just keeping life real simple. I'm not trying to do everything that did it from Hawaii. I'm just kind of just absorbing all in, and I'm definitely gonna hit up every open mic and try it out, and try it from a entertainer, creative perspective. I've always been the director part. I directed and make sure everybody got paid part. I never did dabble into the creativity part. So I just being dormant and just taking my licks or taking my cracks, or just dabbling in the comedy from scratch. So yeah.
Okay. A lot of people underestimate Kalani when they come in, and because he's a very unique guy. But if you have I have a pretty good read on people, and I think Kalani knew that right off the rip, so that I didn't really talk to him in a certain tone of voice besides respectful, because that's how I like to talk to anybody. But like sometimes you get people talking to him and they just they talk to him in a certain tone that if they actually knew his background or actually knew how to address anybody in reality, they would certainly choose a different tone of voice on the whole idea. Right? Remember the first thing I told you there, Kalani? The first thing I told you, you said, well, what do you think? I said, I don't know. You said, to me, you look like a self-made man, but that's just to me. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm a pretty good read on people. Not all the time. I'm about 80, 90% sometimes. The times when I am wrong, it is all foot in all of the mouth.
Kalani, we're gonna leave somebody with a good Hawaiian farewell. What would you say in Hawaiian in order to wish farewell to someone and good luck?
Kevin, were you there while we was teaching the word UFO?
I was not. I don't think I was.
Yeah, it's just aloha then. Let's not use that word. It is something I gotta save for one of my opening sets. I've been doing a lot of open mics, and yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. So the just aloha is good.
Aloha.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Aloha.
Aloha.
That's right, children. Even you can say goodbye in Hawaiian. Aloha. Sparky, if you were going to find us, where would you find us, sir?
You can find us on mostly all major streaming platforms, including Google, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Deezer, Castbox, iTunes, Rio, Facebook Live Video. You can also find us on merchbooth.com with, our fancy merch.
I think you can, yeah.
And then you could also find us on some other new platforms that we got that, I still keep on forgetting to mention, but they're just not paying us enough money yet. So once they start paying us, Chrome. Chrome sounds like the covering for a
podcast.
Actually, probably try foil. Try foil or puff ink or foil, or add a high density clear to it. That'd be kill. Or black on black. Black on black is kill.
Black on black is kill. You heard that, yeah. Sparky?
Black on black. It'll go nice on people's Mercedes or something, especially if they can get it sponsored and wear it and stuff, So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are the Podguyz Podcast. Make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you share down below. Make sure that you just say hi. Comment below. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso. Les Marquet. And of
Kalani.
Course, Kalani. Aloha, everyone. Have a great night.
All right, guys. You say, oh, there you go.
Look at that.
My favorite part of the show is the drawings.